Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, I speak to you with a heart filled with hope and faith, because what you have been waiting for so long is already happening, even if you do not yet see it clearly. Stay with me until the end of this video, because I will make a special prayer for you, an invocation that comes from the depths of the soul, so that the light of Allah illuminates your life and releases this miracle that is destined for you. Do you know that often miracles are not noisy events, but silent and profound transformations that prepare the soul to receive divine blessing? Your miracle, yes, the one you hope for, is happening right now, hidden in the invisible, but certain as the promise of Allah. Do not be discouraged if you have experienced dark nights, if the fatigue of your heart has almost overwhelmed you. These trials are not punishments, but necessary steps on your spiritual path. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, is preparing the ground for this miracle to manifest at its rightful time. Like the farmer who knows that the seed must first sink into the earth before it can sprout, so your miracle is growing, blossoming in secret. It is no coincidence that you feel a restlessness in your soul, an impatience mingled with hope. It is the echo of the miracle in preparation, the promise that your deliverance is approaching. So keep your faith firm and prepare yourself to welcome this miracle. Allow your heart to open to the light of Allah, even when everything around you seems dark. Know that Allah's power is infinite, His mercy immense, and His plan always perfect. What you have been through, what you are going through, is leading you to a deliverance beyond anything you can imagine. Be confident, for Allah is near, and He delivers those who put their trust in Him. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, we'll explore together the signs that confirm your miracle is happening, how Allah breaks the chains that keep you from rising, and how you too can actively participate in this liberation. Remember, a prayer awaits you at the end, so that this miracle may fully blossom in your life. For days, weeks, maybe even months, you have felt this invisible weight weighing on your heart. This feeling of waiting that seems endless. You often ask yourself, why this silence? Why this ordeal that never seems to end? Know that this time of patience, as difficult as it may be, is a crucial step in preparing for your miracle. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, has included this period in your path, not to punish you, but to elevate you. This apparent silence is in reality a secret between you and your Lord, a moment when the invisible works to transform you. Trials are often perceived as pain, injustice, or a burden. Yet, in the light of faith, they become a school, a forge where inner strength is built. You are tested not to fall, but to grow, to purify your soul, to strengthen your trust in Allah. Each difficulty, each night of uncertainty, is a step that brings you a little closer to the promised deliverance. Your patience is an act of worship, a sign of your sincere love for Allah, who never abandons His chosen ones. Perhaps you have felt like giving up, doubting the promise, questioning divine justice. This feeling is human, but it should not stop you. Remember that even the prophets, Allah's most beloved servants, experienced periods of great expectation and difficulty. They stood firm in faith, knowing that deliverance would come because they trusted in divine wisdom. Their example is a light for you. Persevere, do not give up, even when all seems lost. This time of waiting is also an invitation to refocus on what is essential, on your relationship with Allah, on this precious bond that nothing can replace. It is the moment to deepen your prayer, to nourish your heart with the Quran, to multiply the dhikr. It is in this proximity to Allah that you will find the strength to cross this spiritual desert. Each moment spent turning to Him is a step closer to deliverance. proof that your miracle is being prepared in secret. Remember that fresh water is more precious than gold in times of drought. Likewise, this patience, this silence are the hidden treasures that make your faith stronger, your inner light brighter. Allah does not leave you alone. Even when you don't feel it, He acts, He prepares, He works for your good. This time, although difficult, is the promise of radical change, of imminent liberation. So don't lose hope. Don't let discouragement overcome you. Your miracle is already happening, even if you can't see it yet. Every day, every trial, every breath brings you closer to this divine deliverance. Keep your faith intact, stay steadfast on the path, and prepare yourself to receive this immense gift that Allah has already begun to place in your life. Sometimes, when we wait for a miracle, we hope for spectacular manifestations, sudden changes that turn everything upside down in an instant. Yet, the wisdom of Allah surpasses our limited understanding. Miracles can manifest through subtle, discreet signs, yet carry a profound truth. They are like messages sent by the divine to reassure your heart, to confirm that this long-awaited miracle is already underway. You can begin to notice these signs in your daily life if you sincerely open your heart and mind. Perhaps you notice a gradual calming of your mind, a serenity that settles in even when external circumstances remain difficult. This inner peace is a valuable first clue. It testifies that the Spirit of Allah is working within you, dispelling anxiety and sowing tranquility. You may also feel a new strength invade you, an unsuspected energy that pushes you to move forward despite obstacles. This vigor does not come from you alone, but from a divine source that lifts you above trials. You surprise yourself overcoming challenges you thought insurmountable, making decisions with confidence, keeping a smile even in the face of difficulties. These are clear signs that the miracle is working through you. Look around you. Sometimes miracles take the form of unexpected opportunities that suddenly present themselves, providential encounters, doors that open where you least expected them. These moments are never coincidences. They are the hand of Allah guiding your steps, aligning events to prepare for your liberation. Pay attention to these confirmations, for they strengthen your faith and help you not lose hope. In the spiritual realm, you may also feel a deeper attraction to prayer, the Quran, and dhikr. It is no longer a mere routine, but a vital need, a source of comfort and light. This growing inclination is a sign that your soul is drawing closer to its source, that the miracle within you is taking shape and manifesting itself in your connection with the Creator. Never underestimate the power of small victories. Every moment you choose patience over impatience, choose light over darkness, reach out instead of withdrawing, is a stepping stone on the path to your deliverance. These simple gestures, often invisible to others, are the concrete manifestation of Allah's miracle at work in your life. Remember too that sometimes signs can be answers to ancient prayers, long forgotten, but never ignored by Allah. You may feel sudden relief, a door opening, a problem finding its solution. These moments are there to remind you that your miracle is not an empty promise, but a near reality, a divine confirmation. So open your heart, observe, listen, feel. The miracle is there, around you and within you. It calls you to trust, to patience, and above all, to gratitude. Every sign, every breath, every beat of your heart is proof that the hand of Allah is working tirelessly to free what is rightfully yours. The power of Allah is infinite, boundless, and unfathomable. It surpasses anything the human mind can conceive. In His greatness, He holds the key to all deliverance, the power to break all the chains that hold the soul captive. The miracle you are waiting for, the liberation you desire, is already in motion thanks to this divine power. Nothing can stop the will of Allah when He decides to intervene. Imagine a vast ocean, calm on the surface, but incredibly powerful beneath the waves. This force is the power of Allah working in secret, silently, to overturn obstacles and purify your mind. Even if you don't yet see the visible results, rest assured that the invisible storm is brewing renewal. The chains that bind you, whether fear, doubt, or past hurts, are cracking and beginning to break under the pressure of God's mercy. You are like a bird imprisoned in a cage, whose bars are made of your own fears and weaknesses. But Allah is the master of the keys, the one who can open that cage at any moment. Your deliverance does not depend on your strength, but on His will. And He has decided that this time has come. The cage is already opening, and soon you will feel the wind of freedom caress your wings. This wind is the power of Allah blowing new life into you. Remember the words of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, who said that victory comes with patience, deliverance with difficulty. This divine power is also the manifestation of this promise. Behind every difficulty, there is a door that opens. This door is your miracle in the making. Never despair, for Allah is able to transform the darkest tunnel into a passage to the shining light. Sometimes, liberation manifests itself like a quiet river that, after holding its tide for a long time, begins to flow freely, irrigating every part of your life. This river is the power of Allah, showering His mercy and blessings upon you. It washes away everything that blocks your progress, cleanses wounds, warms your heart, and awakens your sleeping spirit. In this power, there is also infinite wisdom. Allah never abruptly breaks the chains without preparing His servant for freedom. He teaches you patience, trust, and resilience, so that when you are freed, you can stand tall, proud, and firm in your faith. This power is also an invitation to let go, to lay down the burden of your worries and to trust Him completely. The miracle you await is therefore the work of Allah, a proof of His greatness and His compassion. There is no cage, no obstacle, no fear that resists His will. It is this truth that must nourish your faith, illuminate your path, and strengthen your heart. Be certain that divine power is at work in you, in your life, in your situation. It deploys forces you cannot imagine to free you. Hold on to this trust. Even if the road seems long, even if the nights are cold, the power of Allah is your shield and your light. It is the assurance that your miracle will not be long in coming, that the cage will open, that your outstretched wings will carry you higher than ever. Prepare yourself to welcome this divine liberation with gratitude and humility. To fully receive this miracle that Allah is unfolding in your life, it is essential to prepare your heart. Imagine your heart as a sacred garden. If it is cluttered with weeds, grudges, doubts, fears, then the divine light will have difficulty penetrating it. But if you take the time to clean this garden, to water it with patience, trust, and the love of Allah, then it will bloom with a new beauty, ready to welcome the blessing. Purification of the heart begins with sincere repentance. Return to Allah with humility. Lay at His feet all that weighs you down, all the mistakes you have committed, and ask Him for mercy. Allah is the most merciful, and He erases the sins of those who turn to Him in sincerity. This return to Him is a powerful act that opens the door to inner transformation. Next, renew your faith. Faith is the light that guides your steps in the darkness. Sometimes it flickers, but it must never be extinguished. Strengthen it by drawing closer to Allah through prayer, meditating on the Quran, and making dhikr. Every word of supplication, every moment of connection is a brick laid on the path to your liberation. Never forget that faith is the key that opens the door to miracles. Letting go is a crucial step in this preparation. Often, we cling to our own plans, our own desires, and that's when the heart becomes troubled. Learn to place your worries, your fears, your ambitions in the hands of Allah. Trust Him fully, knowing that He knows what is best for you, even if you don't yet understand it. This letting go is not abandonment, but an act of deep faith that invites peace into your soul. It's also important to rid yourself of negative influences. Whether it's toxic people, bad habits, or thoughts that keep you from the light, make the decision to distance yourself from them. Surround yourself with things that uplift your spirit and nourish your faith. Be vigilant about what you listen to, what you watch, and what you share, because all of these things impact your heart's preparation for divine liberation. Furthermore, be generous in your acts of kindness and service to others. Gentleness, compassion, and solidarity are concrete expressions of your renewed faith. They open invisible doors and attract Allah's mercy. Remember that sometimes your liberation also comes through the relief you offer others. Finally, never underestimate the power of gratitude. Thanking Allah for what you have, even in times of hardship, attracts even more blessings. Gratitude transforms the heart and soul, connecting you to divine abundance. Even in difficult times, seeking light through gratitude sets the stage for the manifestation of miracles. So prepare your heart with patience, humility, and trust. In doing so, you become a vessel ready to receive the blessed rain that will water your soul. Remember that transformation comes not only from the outside, but above all from what you cultivate within. By cleansing your heart, you open the way for the divine power to work to free you. The divine liberation you await will not come about without your participation. Allah, in His wisdom, certainly grants you His power and mercy, but He also calls you to be an active participant in this miracle. Faith does not mean remaining passive, waiting for everything to fall from the sky. It requires commitment, perseverance, and courage to move forward on the path that the Almighty has laid out for you. An active believer is one who, despite difficulties, continues to move forward with confidence. You must seize every opportunity that presents itself, however small, and act with determination. Miracles are also built through your efforts, your good deeds, your constancy in prayer, and your patience in the face of trials. Every small step you take toward Allah is a victory that brings deliverance closer. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. These invisible enemies seek to paralyze you, to prevent you from rising. Be vigilant, recognize them, and fight them with the weapons the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, taught us: prayer, dhikr, reciting the Quran, and trusting in Allah. These actions are shields that protect you on this path. In this process, it is essential to keep hope alive. The believer never becomes discouraged, even if results are slow in coming. Perseverance is the key that unlocks the doors to spiritual success. Remember that every sincere effort is seen by Allah and will never be wasted. He transforms difficulties into blessings, tears into smiles, nights into bright days. You must also cultivate discipline in your daily life. Organize your time to dedicate moments to prayer, meditation, and service to others. This structured rhythm nourishes your faith and allows you to stay connected to Allah, even when the temptation to procrastinate arises. Consistency in actions, even small ones, creates an inner strength that becomes the solid foundation for your liberation. Be generous in sharing your experience and your light. The miracle that occurs within you is a powerful testimony to those around you. By speaking with gentleness and humility, by offering a listening ear or sincere help, you become a vector of blessings. Your active engagement inspires and guides others, thus multiplying the effects of the miracle. Finally, remain humble and aware that everything comes from Allah. It is not your own strength that achieves liberation, but His will. Keep your heart in gratitude and submission. Every victory, every advancement is a divine gift, a reminder of His constant presence. This humility helps you avoid falling into pride and continue on your path with sincerity and devotion. The realization of your miracle is therefore an alliance between your active faith and the power of Allah. Act with courage, persevere in prayer, be patient in times of trial, and open to guidance. This partnership between you and the divine is the key to unlocking the doors of deliverance and fully experiencing the promised transformation. Your miracle is unfolding, even if at times the veil of invisibility seems thick. This path you have traveled, with its doubts, struggles, and hopes, is not in vain. Allah, in His infinite mercy, has chosen you to experience this unique transformation, this spiritual awakening that lifts you up to Him. Know that what you have gone through so far was only a preparation, a necessary test, so that the grandeur of this miracle may burst forth in your life at the perfect moment. Keep this certainty deep in your heart. Nothing is lost. Nothing is left to chance. Everything is written in Allah's decree, and His wisdom far surpasses what you can imagine. Sometimes the night seems endless, but remember that dawn is always near. Your patience, your faith, and your commitment are the keys that will unlock the doors of deliverance. Never give up, for victory is promised to those who persevere. You are about to see this miracle take shape, to feel the liberation and peace that accompany the divine presence. You are no longer alone in this inner battle. Allah is with you, guiding your steps, enlightening your mind, strengthening your soul. This promise is alive, palpable, and it is already embodied in the small victories you observe each day. Now let me accompany you in a sincere prayer, a plea to the Almighty to complete this work of liberation within you. Close your eyes, open your heart, and join me in this invocation. O Allah, Lord of the heavens and the earth, you who are the most merciful, we turn to you with humility and trust. O you who breaks the chains and sets souls free, we ask you to fully accomplish the miracle that you have already begun in the life of your servant here present. Ya Rab, strengthen his faith, illuminate his path, and send down upon him your infinite peace. O Allah, purify his heart, rid it of all fear, doubt, or sadness, and replace them with the light of your love and the certainty of your presence. O Allah, open the doors of deliverance for him. Transform his difficulties into blessings and turn his dark nights into radiant dawns. Guide him to patience, wisdom, and perseverance, so that he may walk ever closer to you, trusting in your mercy and power. May his life be a living testimony to your greatness, a beacon for those who seek light in the darkness. O Lord, never let him fall back into the darkness of before, but constantly raise him up until he is fully liberated, fully appeased, fully blossomed in your grace. Ameen. Never forget that you are blessed, that you are chosen, and that this miracle is living proof of Allah's love for you. Continue to move forward with confidence, persevere in prayer, and open your heart to the divine light. For your redemption is near, and you will never be the same again.